All right, man. We wrap up the last week of the regular season, and it was a good one, man. And you think about all the teams that are sitting there cheering for Auburn. Auburn's never had so much support in their lives, with everybody on the periphery of the college football playoffs sitting there watching, trying to get in the mix. But first, we'll start with the game. We'll start with Ohio State, Michigan. A monkey that's been on the back of Ryan Day. Like you could see the agony of Ryan Day the last couple years. Like it literally hurt. It took his soul. And when he talked about winning the coin toss, like I love the way he came out. They deferred, but he said we're going to be attacking from the jump. First play, deep shot to Carnell Tate, miss. Second play, INT. Second play is an interception, and then. First play for Michigan, big long run, 30-plus yards, and it literally felt like, here we go again. Like Michigan was a 20-point dog a year ago. They come out the gates, they get up 6-0, and then Ohio State quickly says, hold my beer, and quickly shows you why they are the best team, the most complete team in the country. I thought they managed the emotions well. To manage the negativity, man, of all the 4 years of the bad stuff, losing in a row to Michigan, to the slow start, to bouncing back, and Julian saying, bouncing back too. He goes 0 for 2, and then is absolutely on fire the rest of the game, barely misses. And I think he went like 19 of the next 22 to finish with 3 touchdowns, 233 in bad weather. California kid, you kind of worried about that. Like, how does he handle the snow? But it was a convincing performance. I thought the Jeremiah Smith touchdown will be talked about for a while. I know it was talked about on my social media a lot after I posted it, because to me that was clearly a touchback. Brent, I clearly thought that was a touchback. Like he bobbles the football, and then by the time he possessed the football, his foot was out of bounds. Like I didn't see any other way. You have to have, in order to break the plane, you have to have possession of the football. He didn't have possession of the football to break the plane. So I think that's the argument you hear some people say. But if the ball is moving and coming out of your hand, and then you grab it as your foot's out of bounds and you're floating, like, I thought it was clearly a touchback.
The only way, it was called a touchdown on the field. That was
which
a big
is
part of
okay,
it.
And that's usually the way it works, which is fine.
I also thought there was a split second where, he initially lost the ball, and then he pins it against his chest as he's crossing the goal line, and for a millisecond, I think he crossed the goal line with the ball pinned against his chest. Takes into the end zone, then sort of rebobbles it. And if he had 2 hands on it, crosses the plane and then loses it, everybody's like, oh, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
It was just for that millisecond that he had it pinned. I think he had sort of his palm, his hand around the ball pinned against his chest, crossed the goal line, then rebobbles it. So I actually thought it was a touchdown.
It clearly didn't decide the game anyways. Like, it's not like that would have mattered. You know why, Brent? Because it's very simple. And I told you, 186 rush yards to 100 rush yards. How many years do we need to do this, Brent? We're going on 24 now. 24 straight. You were cheering against my stat, weren't you?
I was so hoping.
See?
But here's the thing. Here's what I did. After the first half, Michigan had 108 rushing yards and Ohio State had 76.
Yeah.
Before Ohio State had the ball late in the third quarter, they were up 24-9 or 27-9 or something like that. And they had 20 more rushing yards than Ohio State.
Yeah.
So,
but one
correlation does not equal causation.
One more is one more. One more is all that matters.
It pains me that it worked out this way for you, but yes,
I love it so much. We'll just keep the stat running every single year. I love it. It'll be like a running joke. But here's the thing about Ohio State: weapons. The difference between this game, Brent, and all the other Michigan-Ohio State games, you know what the difference is? Julian Sang had time to throw the football. The edge pressures the last couple years, man, it's been relentless. Like, you've seen it time and time again. They created balance. More importantly, they kept saying upright. They kept him protected. Then they could use their weapons down the field. So like this offense isn't lacking anything. Like we talked about it week one, like just the way that they're going to have the ability to do this with all of their weapons, with a QB, and as it continues to grow, with Bo Jackson jumping in the mix throughout the season, Julian saying continue to get better. Ohio State, clear and away the best team in the country. Not picking against them in the playoffs. I'll go ahead and say that right now. We'll go ahead and throw that out there. Like, I don't think either one of us are going to do that because we learned our lesson a year ago, too. That was stupid by us to do it. But they also finished the season limping. So
you talked about the pressure, and we sort of talked about that in the pregame. Can they legitimately pressure him? Because it had been done so little up to this point. 2 of 26 dropbacks, Sayan was pressured. Just 2.
Well, and it's really good offense. It's really good offense. It's balanced offense. Now here's what I'll say about Michigan, what I really, really liked. Michigan got the run game going early, really heavy counter, really good counter.
Into the short side of the field.
I think that's something that you'll see copied. Like I think you'll start to see more of that from people that play Ohio State. Now listen, the back's got to be patient in counter, and you can do that with the QB as well if you have a good running QB to do that. But the Ryan Day interview after the game, I absolutely loved it. He immediately mentioned the line of scrimmage, toughness, physicality. Like he got tired of hearing y'all's bullshit, right? Like tired. Y'all keep coming at me with all this crap. Like we just panned them. We just absolutely frying pan to the head. We did everything we needed to do. I thought he was gonna cry for a second. Like you could see the emotion was real. Michigan, extremely disappointing season. And guess what? Still pretty good, man. Still ranked. True freshman quarterback. You found a superstar wide receiver to go with your superstar quarterback in the future. You played 6 freshmen on offense that were starting today. Like, this is about, upward trajectory for you. Yes. This was definitely – now, listen, your schedule was very nice this year. You avoided everybody in the Big Ten pretty much, so you didn't have to add – losses to it except for USC, obviously, and then you played Oklahoma at a conference. But
they won the games they should have won. They lost the games they probably should have lost.
Yeah.
Actually, when you think about it. But Ryan Day, to your comment, is what you said in the beginning. Like I typed that out as a note first thing when he said we're going to be attacking from the jump, because that reminded me of Kirby against TCU. What are we going to see today, Coach, before the national championship? And he was like, aggression, because it's just when you have that level of confidence as a coach in your team and you're good, it comes out in these interviews, I think, very much so, especially before the game versus coach speak.
But also, Ryan Day won a championship because he learned from the Michigan game. He learned to be aggressive. They kept the pedal to the floor the rest of the offseason. Like last year, the postseason, they kept the pedal to the floor. That's why they won. That's what they did today. Like, 4th down opportunity, pedal to the floor. Throwing the football, pedal to the floor. Like, stay aggressive, 100%. And next week, we get an amazing showdown. 2 undefeateds, high-flying offense with Mendoza and Indiana versus a suffocating defense. Indiana affected Dante Moore and company, which most people haven't been able to do with Oregon. So can they affect Julian Saying? And how do they play this passing offense? It will be an absolute stupid showdown next week. And both teams are still going to be in the playoffs, but I think both teams want to win that Big Ten championship. And
especially Ohio State, given how much they've been kept out of that game in the recent
Ohio State
history.
didn't have a player on their roster that had beaten Michigan. Not one single player on their roster had beaten Michigan till today. Like, they won a natty. They didn't win a Big Ten last year. They just took care of Michigan. Take care of the Big Ten championship game. Go try to repeat. And it's been a heck of a retooling for Ohio State. OHIO has absolutely dominated.
A couple quick things.
College football.
The run by Bo Jackson, the stutter hezzy on the one run sort of outside zone that he had was unbelievably awesome. And then 2, I was proud of the refs that they didn't eject the kid for the headbutting thing.
I don't know about that. Like,
I mean,
what are we doing,
there's emotions there.
Broski?
Well, that was a completely
there's no emotion.
dumb,
There's no
idiotic
emotion
mistake.
that ever allows you to touch. If you touch a ref, you're kicked out of the game. Like Broski
I,
gave him a little headbutt. Like
I was like, okay, at least he didn't, penalty, yes, but that I was kind of okay that he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm fine with it. Most of the time, that's their egos, right? Like their egos are going to get involved, and
You
they're
did
going to
that to
kick you
me?
out. Yeah, you out of here. All right, let's get to the Iron Bowl because it was absolutely fantastic. It looked like Auburn was about to absolutely get wiped off the face of the earth. Alabama, everything in sync. Auburn down 17-0. Auburn's passing game, they've proved to you what they've been throughout history. Like, no way they can come back. I thought in my head, I'm like, all right, 17-0, Auburn is mathematically eliminated. Like, they can't score enough points to get back into this football game. And boy, did they ever, man. Like, kudos to Auburn for continuing to fight. Aston Daniels, I was ready to bench him. I literally was like, all right, can we get Deuce? Like, can we get something else in here? Several 3-and-outs to start the game, 20 yards in the first quarter, nothing going. And then all of a sudden, it did get going. And they had a big punt right before that when they're down 17 where I thought, man, maybe this is the time to be aggressive. They punt it. They get a stop. And how about the defensive playmakers for Auburn? Like, every game you watch, man, if you watch 17 Atkins, the dude's a tackling machine. Like, Kirk compared him to the same guy that I always think he is. He's N'Kobe Dean. Like, he literally looks like the same guy all the time. And the number helps, but he looks a little bit smaller, but flies around, blitzes, make plays all over the field. One of the best players, like, to find the football in college football. Falk was out there doing his thing. It was fun to watch them be aggressive. They weren't scared of Alabama's weapons. Ryan Williams, I think we'll have to figure out what's going on with that because he wasn't playing much. But Auburn fought their way, clawed, scratched, got back into the football game, tied that mother sucker up like 20-20. And you think who's going to make a play? And listen, when it came down to this point, I mean, it's the reason that I picked Auburn or Alabama, excuse me. Like, you knew Auburn was going to find a way to mess it up. Like, it's going to always happen. But the receivers did not help my man Daniels out, man. Like, so many drops, missed opportunities. Now, Malcolm Simmons did. That boy, like, we don't talk about him enough. Malcolm Simmons, number 4 for Auburn. Every time he touched it, the dude was going 50. Like, he was making plays after the catch, long strides. My wife, Brent, looked at me after the roughing the passer call and was like, oh, my gosh, that's soft. What are we playing, patty cakes? That was verbatim
Lindsay
what my
knows
baby
ball.
doll said. Like,
Lindsay knows ball.
She said, soft? What are they doing playing patty cakes?
So soft.
So soft. Like,
I don't even think it should have been roughing the passer. Like,
it shouldn't have been because it was one step. It was one step. Like, you get two steps. It's like in basketball. Think about it. You get 2 steps. Like beyond 2 steps, it's a travel. Like, if you're coming in with a lot of momentum, they're not going to let you hit the quarterback after he threw. 1 step, you're good. Like, it was a horrible roughing. Now, the one where Atkins went low and got his legs, anything under the knee is a flag. Like, I'm talking about when 5 got ejected for targeting. I'm like, my wife said soft and that, so if she's going to say that, then I'm definitely going to agree with her on that too. But
Ty Simpson, when it matters, that was the difference. And also, we have to talk about that call, the go for it call. Kalen DeBoer, says, all right, Kirby, you got the cojones for what it is you're doing here. No. That, like, the ripple effects. If they get stopped right there, Auburn goes down and kicks a field goal and gets to my predicted score.
I thought it was a stupid call.
I was shocked I was shocked that they went for it in the moment. But humongous call, humongous play.
But
and
here's the thing. Hey, Mr. Numbers guy, Mr. Analytics guy, why did they kick a field goal earlier? Like, they had 4th and 3 inside the 10. I've never seen Alabama all this year. I'm like, all year they've gone for this. Like, they've been hyper aggressive. And so I went in my head, I'm like, all right, every game's different. They don't think they can score. they probably think 17 gets them a wrap. 10 gets them a wrap. Like I think that they were playing who they're playing opponent's game. But no, and here's another thing about Alabama. I'm going to be so curious because me and you are losers and we've watched every game. So I'm just curious because there's so many people that probably have. They have zero confidence in 3rd and short or 4th and short to run the football. It's going to be a trick play. It's going to be speed call. It's going to be something. It's going to be something out wide. It's going to be reverse. Yes. It's going to be, and Ty Simpson, man.
High running with his legs. Big
Ty Simpson's ability to scramble. He had the longest run in the first quarter, which was the only thing they had going. Second quarter, Alabama turns into old Alabama, starts pounding the rock, and then the running game goes away. The running game is very inconsistent, but Ty Simpson scrambling was huge. Ty Simpson fadeaway was on fleet. He was on fire. Like his step back tonight was Steph Curry-esque. Like he was floating away from pressure that he knows they were bringing, and he was just dropping it over their heads, man. Like I thought he was incredible off platform, scrambling, making plays.
Yeah, it's one of those, and you add on that last drive, and I know there's all these SEC fans for years have said that Bama gets all the calls kind of thing, and then that last drive when they end up going to take the lead, they get the PI call, and then the roughing the passer call, like on that last drive to get the help. But Jam Miller getting hurt late in that game, like he walked off on crutches, which means the likelihood that he plays next week, I bet they don't even play him just on purpose. But who knows? Who knows what he actually did.
Can I be honest? He wasn't that good anyways. I mean, the run game's been bad regardless. Like, yes. If it's Hill or if it's him, like it's just not good. It's not blocked well up front.
I think Hill at least gives them a chance to break some tackles, and
because he's 245. So like maybe that's the thing. But I tell you what, Alabama down the stretch, offensively kind of leaking some oil. I think people are learning, from the Oklahoma game especially too. Like we can bring pressure. Like if we can hold up immediately. Now listen, Ty Simpson's wheels and ability to play, and Alabama's defense has gotten so much better throughout the season. Like you think about them week 1 versus FSU, you think about them to now. Like so many more playmakers, so many more guys rushing the passer. Obviously healthier too. Like that helps on the defensive line, getting the big fella back in the middle. But Alabama doing what they've done throughout this season, Brent, and throughout what we've seen from them from a long time, making plays in critical moments. They got the ball. They go on an 8-minute drive down the field and get points. They get the touchdown. Like end of halves, like out of the third quarters to finish games, they've been unbelievable. Like they've been.
Simpson got the 4th down on that drive, scrambling.
Yeah. I mean, Simpson is really, really good in the big moments. Now, Oklahoma, they got him, right? Like, and he lost. But for the most part, even before the half against Oklahoma, before the field goal got blocked, drove him down the field. So Alabama, big win, even though the whole nation was cheering against them big time, trying to get their team into the college football playoff. I mean,
especially
Miami was, yes. BYU was, Notre Dame was, Vandy was, Utah was. And then I after I sent that tweet, everybody else was like, I am too. I am too. So-and-so fan here. So-and-so fan here. Yeah, I'm cheering against him as well.
I mean, will that be the highest rated game of the season because of all the fan bases that were cheering against them? I mean, you might see a serious number for that game from a watching viewership standpoint. So that's speaking of watching, it's like the critical moment of the game right there on that last drive. And for us here in Georgia, the Powerball lady comes on with the numbers for the Powerball announcing, and when you don't hear the announcers, it's like the most inopportune time for that to come on, and it interrupts the game. Daniels, though, it was, if you're an Auburn fan, it's like, okay, that kid did some things. He's a backyard ball player. Like he can make it interesting.
And he's a big, strong sucker. Like a big, strong dude. Like broke tackles. He reminded me of Cam Ward, and I say this from nonchalant when he takes off. Like he's very I'm not going to hit the gas and go as fast as I can, and then I'll spin and I'll break tackles because I'm so big. I'm 240. Now Cam Ward's not that big, but Cam Ward had that nonchalant style. But yeah, man, he made plays. He made plays, and
Well,
I
now
thought
we
it
get,
was
what everyone should have predicted, I guess, for the SEC championship. Georgia and Alabama. It just consistently happens over and over and over again over the last how many years.
Speaking of consistently happens, is Lane Kiffin. Like, we're gonna get this decision at some point? Like we heard it might be today, and then it's drawing out. Maybe wanted to see if Ole Miss will make the SEC championship game with a Bama loss. Listen, all signs are pointing to LSU. Like, all signs are pointing that he's going to leave. It's unbelievable what's going to happen. This is the worst. This is listen, we've talked about this, and it's worth mentioning really, really quickly for everybody who's listening for the first time, because we got so many new people that join us, and we appreciate y'all. Like, it's the stupidest calendar in the history of the world. The NCAA screws a lot of things up, but the timeline absolutely sucks. Like, you can't have free agency, the draft, and the playoffs all going on at the same time in the NFL. The NFL's not that stupid. They would never do that. The fact that we're going through all this and coaching changes and pillaging rosters right now, about to have signing day and portal at the same time, in the middle of the best season, like historic season for Ole Miss, like unbelievable season, the best season ever. And now we're trying to figure out what the heck's going to happen for the playoffs. Could you imagine that happened in the NFL? Like, it would never happen. Like, I can't even, because if Lane goes, he's going to take his staff with him. And yes, like, there's a whole offseason of nothing. Like, we've got months and months of nothing. And it makes no sense why we're sitting here waiting for this. Lane obviously trying to make the right decision. And, but I think all signs are not pointing in the right direction for Ole Miss. Like, feel bad for them. Just really, really, really feel bad for them. It's just such a great season, and I hope they get the opportunity to retain Lane, and I hope they get the opportunity to go compete and play in a they get to go play in a home playoff game probably. Like, how awesome is that? So 2 returning starters to that. Hey, I want to tell you about a new partner that we have here. I just set this thing up with Zapier. It's unbelievable. I set up an AI agent with Zapier that grabs the latest recaps for teams that we follow, the best write-ups, and they send them straight to your inbox. So every Saturday, this is exactly what I do. Like, it takes all of this detail, sends it right to me. It's like having someone who sorts through all of the noise and hands me exactly what I need to review without me having to chase it down. I'm still doing the prep, but I can just get the information, and it flows smoother. It's actually analyzing the games instead of tracking everything manually. And then if you want to use, this tool, it keeps things organized. There's nobody to talk to you. Actually, nobody's bothering you. So check out Zapier. There's a free 14-day trial in the link below in my description. It's freaking dope, man. It's really cool. The fact that you can have somebody working for you when you don't know how to do it. All right, Oklahoma. Man, I mean, if I'm an Oklahoma fan, I'm like, all right, dude, like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of having to stress through every single game. Is this going to be the game we trip up? Is this going to be the game when we don't make a play? Kudos to Oklahoma, though, because John Mateer gets the ball with, I think it was 5 minutes left. They're down 3. It's 13-10 LSU. And Mateer hasn't been good. I mean, the thing about Mateer, this offense, it's like one really good throw by Mateer, one bad throw by Mateer. One good throw, not a lot of consistency. The shots down the field are not good all the time. LSU made some plays on it. Pickett had a nice pick. But it just, the offense is way too up and down. But the defense just continues to ball. And every time they need it, every time they need a big play, the defense comes up with it and kept him in the game time and time again. John Mateer throws an interception. LSU runs it back inside the 5-yard line. Heck of a job hustling by Mateer, making the tackle. Next play, OU gets a pick. Like, literally in the end zone gets a pick. And so, I think the one saving grace with this offense that continues to happen time and time again, the reason they keep winning games, they don't put drives together. They put big plays together. Like, they find Burks on that screen. LSU's blitzing perfectly. The thing goes down the field. Burks, they dialed up perfect timing. Burks makes the big play. That's how they get 7. Brent, Oklahoma, did not have a red zone trip on offense today.
Not shocking.
They didn't have one red
At
zone
all.
trip against LSU. But Mateer got the ball with 5 minutes left, and they needed it to happen, and they go tempo, and they spit it out a couple times. He goes 3 for 3 on the drive. They score a touchdown. They go up. LSU runs the kickoff back to the 50-yard line, and you think, okay, LSU, all they got to do is get in field goal range. They take off like 4 minutes to get a fourth down, to miss a fourth down, which was amazing. Like the slowest operation ever. If you want to watch like malpractice, it's LSU's offense right now. It's just it's really bad. It's very, very ungood. But this Oklahoma defense just continues to bail them out. It might have been a rock fight, but they had the biggest rock in the end.
And they had to make 2 plays on offense. Screen for the touchdown. Great call, great execution. And then the coverage bust that helped them get the touchdown there to take the lead. And then your boy, Sandell, high and tight with the pants, saves the touchdown basically.
Dude, on the kickoff.
Return.
That was big time.
That was I'm save from him.
Hey, again, wife sitting there watching the game with him. She's like, "What is he wearing? Why does he have shorts on?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a thing with this kicker." But no, he looked athletic and pushed him to the edge, got him to out of bounds. And so instead of LSU running that kickoff back and possibly winning the game, they had to play offense, which is never a good idea. Never. Like you don't want that ever.
And you think about Oklahoma, I think cementing themselves as a playoff team. As much as their offense is utterly putrid, they at least have 3 weeks to practice and figure something out and get reps and maybe have a little bit of wrinkles here and there. like it's really bad. But playing their defense, you also got to play that side of the ball too.
Yeah. Did you see my tweet? Because our boy DK sent out a tweet. It was like, I can't believe I have to watch Oklahoma's offense in the playoffs. And I'm like, well, I'm really excited that I get to watch Oklahoma's defense in the playoff because it's been one of the more dominant units that I've seen this season. It's been very impressive to watch them play defense.
So is that the same Danny Cannell who was talking about Florida State's defense and how awesome they were when the QB went down and that they should be in the playoffs because their defense was awesome?
Yeah, that was the same one.
Isn't that kind of like the same thing?
That's interesting. You went there. I kind of like that, Brent. I like when Brent does that.
A little saucy.
Yeah, a little saucy, Brent. I like that. Hey, LSU, real quick. I think I'm looking and I'm just going, okay, is Van Buren the answer? And obviously the staff.
He won't even be there.
Huh?
He won't even be there.
Yeah.
If Lane's there, he ain't there.
Well, correct. Trinidad. But Van Buren, he had some good play. He had a touchdown pass that was decent. He had a scramble that was decent that set up the other big play in the red. Nice throw to Trey'Dez Green. But to me, the thing that really lost me was like, I don't know how many. I think it was like, man, I think it might have been tied. He had a scramble on 3rd down, and he slid again. And it was late in the game, and it was a gotta-have-it situation. And you know me, man, that just kind of makes me all out. Like, I wanted to see him lower the shoulder, go have something, go try to make a play. I don't think you can slide late in the game. I don't love that, but
I don't like it in general. Yeah. I'd rather the QBs dive forward.
Yeah. But LSU 7-5 on the year. Maybe one of the more talented 7-5 teams defensively that you'll ever see. Good Lord. I mean, they got, like you saw today, you try to throw out wide on them, you try to throw on them. They've got some dudes in the interior. Whit Weeks obviously being back is a big deal for them. You see him flying around. But what could have been for LSU if they had last year's offense, I mean, just incredible. Or the year before that. Like, could have had something good, but they didn't. All right.
That won't be awkward or anything, will it? If if Whit comes back
with Lane.
And now he's
that's why it's okay for him. That's why it's okay for him to go there. He's like, hey, listen, I'm going to make my daughter happy. Like I'm
going to keep an eye.
That's a great.
He's going to go De Niro on him.
All right, Oregon, the Ducks. I think the Ducks pretty much punched their ticket, so they don't have to play in the Big Ten championship game. But man, I liked watching Oregon play today. and their defense was lights out. Their defense was really, really good. They harassed Damon Williams the whole game. If you haven't watched Damon Williams from Washington, I get so tired of people in my comments sometimes of being like, why are you complimenting Oregon? They beat Washington. Go watch Washington. Washington has a talented roster, and Muhammad's just the next guy at running back, number 24. Like, if you didn't watch him today, dude's got some thickness in the lower half. Like, he's got that Ahmad Hardy look, like breaking tackles like crazy, physical as crap. Damon Williams, he's got Kyler Murray in him. Like, he's got the quick juice, can throw it. And then Boston out wide. It's the trio we talked about all throughout the season, but like, really, really good, man. Can make plays. So for them to get to Damon Williams, to get him on the ground a bunch, to pressure him a bunch, to stop the run, to create some turnovers, like, that's impressive to me for this defense. And the secondary was really, really good. And here's the thing, if I spin it to their offense, like, this is the worst rushing offense we've seen from them probably this season. It wasn't great. But here's the thing. They didn't need it to be when it wasn't great. Dante Moore was still good enough to beat you, and he spread the ball around to his guys, and he did a really good job. He got Sadiq and Johnson, who's an underrated weapon at tight end too. He's the big blocking tight end, but he made plays. But Dante Moore never blinks. He never blinks, man. He's a flatliner. His pulse is like 20 all the time. He never gets too high, never gets too low. And when he needed to make plays on third down, they protected him really well, and he continued to drop dimes, continued to make good plays over the middle. Benson had that one catch where it was a nice run after the catch too that kind of cemented it. But Oregon's offensive line was banged up. I think they all played, basically, from what I could tell looking them up. They all got in there and got action, but they did not move people like we're accustomed to seeing. But they're a team that if they don't beat you on the ground, they can beat you through the air. And Dante Moore can scramble a little bit too. Benson making plays, Sadiq making plays, Johnson making plays, a stable of running backs that run absolutely angry. Like, they a couple times Washington defenders got up and was like, oh my gosh, like holding their shoulders repeatedly because those backs are going to hit you in the face and finish forward. Like, a check down is a 7-yard play because he's going to catch it, run it, and then plow through you and get to the next. So Oregon taking care of business.
I think you undersold Benson a little bit right there because
that was a dirty catch and
the
run.
jets that he
and the hurdle
here that he hit.
The hurdle was dirty.
And after the punt return a week ago, where he just got rolling on the punt return against USC. Like, that's big time because you get DeCorey Moore back, you get Bryant back come playoff time. Like I said, I still think this is a team that can win the whole thing because I think they're just that talented enough and the ability to, one, stop the run and then defend the run. But like you said, Muhammad, oh my, he was fun to watch today.
That dude last week too. He's a dude, man. He's got that build that you want from running backs, man.
So speaking catch or no catch, though, did you think the helmet catch was a catch from McClellan? Because I thought it was a catch. I think he got screwed out of that one.
I don't know how the heck he possessed that one-handed like that. He must have
he pinned it against his helmet.
He must have enormous mitts, though. Like, the forethought to fall and catch it. Like, if they ruled that a catch, I would not have been upset. Like, that was –
I thought it was a catch.
I've never seen anything like that.
Awesome.
I've never seen the ball, like, outstretched like this and hit the ground and not move. Like,
he's just got it.
It barely moved. It was like stick 'em. And I know those gloves are really good nowadays. But I might have got a text from Lanning tonight about some of the other records, some of the other teams in different leagues tonight afterwards. But congrats to Dan and Lanning and company.
He's such a competitor.
He's such a stud. He's one of the.
Did you remind him to send you helmets? Need two helmets, like two different funky helmets.
I still
gotta remember that. Come on, remember that next time he hits you up.
But
hey, he gets to rest. They're going to be home and they get to rest, and that's not going to be fun for somebody going to that environment.
Nope. All right, let's get down the road a little bit. Let's get to the Big 12 because it looked for a second to be weird with BYU. You're like, ooh, UCF scoring speed was good. Like, okay, this is going to be a good game. And then Bear and company dropped 40 and run away from UCF. So that they take care of business. And then Texas Tech, never a doubt. Country Roads got Country Black Roads. Black Eyes, they got dotted up and sent home quickly.
They had Rodriguez. They tried to have him throw one, and he threw a pick.
Yeah, I love that, though. Again, Stat him up. Stat your boy up. But Texas Tech, 11 wins, best season in the history of their school, which is awesome. Another shutout, which is awesome. First trip to Arlington for the Big 12 championship game. Offense still looks okay. It's the defense is clearly the most dominant side. They talked about in the broadcast, Morton's in a boot most of the time and then goes and plays. So he's still getting himself back. And so having to play another game, I don't think is great for him. Like you think about having some rest, it'd probably be a welcome thing. But this offense will decide how far they go. But the defense is still just absolutely flipping dirty.
And that's if you're looking at wrinkles next weekend, like the Big Ten and the SEC championship game. I think Alabama's in regardless of a loss. Potentially, maybe not. That's one I'm maybe not certain about. But the Big Ten guys, they're independent of the outcome of the game. BYU beats Texas Tech and avenges that loss. They're in the playoff.
Yeah.
And Texas Tech, as high as they've been,
they're still in.
Are likely still in the playoff. So that's one wrinkle that a lot of teams are making sure that they're cheering for the Red Raiders. They're like, hey, go get, oil guys, money guys, take care of business because we need that spot potentially. We don't want BYU taking that other spot because that's a potential weakness outside of the ACC because that's a whole other.
I'm about to say, let's get there now because Big 12 set, Big 10 set. So if we'll recap it for you. Obviously, we talked about the Big 10 to start off. Ohio State, Indiana playing. Georgia, Alabama playing for the SEC. Big 12, Texas Tech playing BYU. And then now to the ACC. How much goodness is this? Because, this is ridiculous. There's so many paths that we talked about, and the fact that Miami's not one of them, and Duke is.
Duke is now in the game.
Duke is in the ACC championship game because SMU loses to Cal. Virginia takes care of business and slaps around Virginia Tech in a nice rivalry game. Miami beat the crap out of Pitt, played great defense, really, really good defense. But my goodness, man, Duke's in. First of all, how about Virginia? Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Virginia because first, they took care of business from the start. They get a deflection. Jamari Taylor does his Wildcat thing like he always does, runs in for a touchdown. Next time down, he throws a pop pass for a touchdown, which was awesome. And then he has a throwing touchdown. The game was over. It was disgusting. It was a beautiful beatdown. How about Virginia this offseason, though? Brent, we talked about it coming into the season. They hired a general manager. They spent money in the offseason, man. They took a $20 million budget. They went to go win. They told Chandler Morris, we want to win an ACC championship game. If you come here, I was talking to Mike Gundy not too long ago. They loved that kid. They wanted him. Oklahoma State came in, visited. All of a sudden, the offers start driving up. They go to different places, and then he goes to Virginia, and Virginia invested in football. Built a program, got players, and the first year they do it for Tony Elliott and company, they're in the ACC championship game. So hats off to Virginia, man. Great job spending money, joining the party. Freaking awesome.
Now, it did help that they didn't play.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I agree. I agree. But and also, you look at
they
them
played Louisville, who was in the hunt. They took care of business.
Yeah, beat Florida State as well in that big time Friday night game.
Everybody beats Florida State. Ask Florida.
And also think about Virginia, the loss that they had, Morris got hurt and they all of a sudden couldn't do anything offensively. So the fact that they are tending I know one thing, the ACC is rooting for Virginia because with Duke being in the game, Duke wins the game. The two group of five teams, it's going to be JMU and the American Conference winner if Duke wins the game.
And we talked about that a couple weeks ago, that's a possibility.
And they've already played.
And Miami can do nothing about it. There's nothing. No. There's nothing Miami can do. They can, unless Miami is ranked so high that they're automatically in. If Miami's in that fighting for that 11 and 12 spot, they gone. Like they got to be clearly above. And listen, Miami's got a case, man. Like,
oh gosh,
the head-to-head seems to matter for everybody but them. Like this is kind of like the Texas debate for me. Like, why do we play the games? Like, again, Miami's better off just playing a bunch of scrubs. Like, I just don't. I don't understand it.
Well,
the head-to-head,
they need the Notre Dame win because they lost 2 conference games.
True, but and Notre Dame not having a conference and a chance to play for a conference championship, like it'll be interesting to watch them too. But that 10-11 spot, that 9-10, like Alabama now
we talked about
in the mix, Miami in the mix, all those teams right there on the edge. That I don't think it's a guarantee for anybody. It could be anything.
We talked about it in the preseason. The possibility that you'd have a sort of glutton of 10-2 teams, and you've got a lot of 10-2 teams and or 9-3 Texas with the Ohio State loss that are like, hey, we should be in. I know one thing: the ACC, the college football playoff, all those people, they are all Virginia Cavalier fans because having as much as you hate it. And it'd be awesome for JMU, awesome for whoever wins the American Conference, North Texas or Tulane. The rest of the viewing world wants to see other teams in the game. So at least see competitive games for the most part.
No doubt. Emays Johnson, DP, what up? The Ryan Day era is upon us in college football. You are not wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You are absolutely not wrong. Goes from being like, and Ryan Day has the highest winning percentage in the history of college football as a coach. Just no, he was set up. Was he set up to succeed? Yes. Urban Meyer set him up to succeed. There's no doubt about that. But like what he's able to done and learning on the job as a first-time coach and building it and tweaking it and making it his own and finding out how to be aggressive. Like you are not lying. You are not lying. It definitely is upon us.
Yeah, and anybody is set up to succeed at that program, that's for sure. But since we get to only say it one more time, Jaron Keave Sangapulatele, 31 for 40, 330, 4 TDs, no picks in the upset of SMU. Kevin Jennings brought it back, and then he went right back down and scored.
Dude, and he did it against Louisville too. Remember, he came down the field and scored against Louisville. I was probably the most impressed with their running back. He was absolutely dirty the whole game.
Raphael
was awesome.
Yes.
Like he was
Kendrick Raphael
was breaking tackles left and right. The only thing Cal doesn't do a good job of really is running the football, and he looked like an absolute superstar. Like he was the difference in the football game. But SMU waited too late. I love seeing my man Rhett Lashley on the sideline lose his mind though. Like he lost his mind, got his guys engaged. They just sleptwalk, and that happens when you're in California. That's what happens when an ACC game is across the country and you're playing in California. Like you see it in the NFL all the time when you're going multiple time zones. Like it's a big deal, right? Like it's a part of it. So that's what we got for the chaos.
Here's one question for you. Which would you have said was more likely? That Vanderbilt was 10-2, like we had discussed in the preseason, my non-zero chance that they'd be in the playoff, or that they're 10-2 and they don't make the playoff?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
First ever regular season 10 win for Vanderbilt. 21-point win on the road at Neyland.
They destroyed them. It wasn't for the turnovers. It would have been even worse.
Dude, they rushed the ball for 314 yards, like almost 9 yards a carry. And let me tell you something, man. We're not going to see what we're seeing ever again at Vanderbilt. Like, we'll never see this again. And it's a perfect storm. It's Pavia getting an extra year of eligibility. It's Pavia being with Beck for all of those years. What they're able to run offensively is absolutely silly. Like, the Rolodex and the experience with each other is so vast that they go from New Mexico to being together to now being at Vanderbilt for a couple of years. Like the RPOs that they're running and
the QB power RPOs.
the way he sees it and feels it and rides it longer. And then they're running the QB pop pass in the middle of the field where it's a QB draw and throw it. They ran pump fake QB draw today. I've never seen that in my life. Pavia catches the snap, pumps it out wide, and it's a setup QB draw. I'm like, that's freaking ridiculous. Like what they're able to do, roll out sprints, options, drop back, like the rushing game with Pavia and Pavia's durability, like to be so shortly built and compact that he can take those hits, he can bust tackles, he can do what he's doing. We'll never see this again at Vanderbilt University. Like no one can be Pavia again, but getting the extra year, suing for the extra year, that's how you get it. All you got to do is sue the NCAA and you'll get whatever the heck you want to get. But man, oh man, what a season for Vanderbilt. And out of all those teams that are on the fringe, on the outside, if I'm everybody else, I don't want them.
Yes.
I don't want Vanderbilt because their D today also gave up 8 yards in the second half. Harassed Aguilar, just locked them down, gave up 3 points. Like
it'd be a nightmare to prepare for.
Nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
And also, I think after today, regular season, depending upon what happens with Notre Dame tonight, because I did see that Love's kind of maybe
Love got dinged. Yeah,
dinged a little bit. But
I can't stand that. That sucks.
But Mendoza, Sayin, Pavia, Love. That to me is your probably 4 Heisman finalists.
Hey,
he's going to be a finalist.
Crusader, I don't know that he wins it. Said Utah can outscore just about anyone. No, they can't.
Yeah, I'll disagree on that one too.
Ask Texas Tech about how that worked out when you played a good defense. I think they had 10 points. Like extremely one-dimensional team. Don't let Kansas State defense be the barometer or this week's defense be your barometer for who you're playing. Kansas can't stop a nosebleed most weeks. I love the Utah Utes. I love Whittingham. I don't know. So, I think this is his last year coaching probably too. I think he'll probably hang it up, which he's had a heck of a career, man.
I went back and watched just because I was curious. I wanted to see your facial expressions when I asked you, or when we were talking about who can make the playoffs, and I brought up Vandy. And I said, what if they go 10-2 and their only losses are to Alabama and at Texas? And you're just like, and you're hold on.
Well, and guess what?
Expressions.
And guess what? They're not going to make it. So I was right.
That's amazing. Still amazing when you think about the craziness of this season. That at 10-2, even Miami potentially still being left out. So
Miami's 10-2 again.
Oh, here Wes has got it. Look at those facial. You're just.
Yeah, I wasn't having it. It will never happen again, and I am jacked up for Vanderbilt fans. It's freaking awesome to get a once in a generational player like Pavia. Miami 10-2 back-to-back seasons, 10 wins for the first time since what year?
Are you going back to Jimmy Johnson, or is this kind of a never thing that it is like a shocking thing? But I don't know, maybe Jimmy Johnson, or wait, no, like 01-02 with
02,
Ken Dorsey.
03.
Yeah, that group.
Yeah, I mean they've had a great. Isn't that Miami?
Ed Reed and all those guys.
10-2 again and be left out again. I mean that's golly. That could hurt. That could sting Miami. But how about Malachi Toney? Just keep doing what he's doing. I mean, today Malachi Toney had a throwing touchdown. So he lined up again at quarterback. He lined up at running back. He lined up in the slot. He caught a screen. He caught one over the middle. He caught one deep. He threw a touchdown pass, and he had 30 yards rushing.
And he had an insane one-handed catch.
I mean, it's just he's just so much fun to watch. And they absolutely slapped around Pitt today. Like belt meat bottom, a sack on the first play, set the tone. Carson Beck continued. I think he's at like 12 touchdowns, 1 interceptions over the last 4 weeks. Percentages are high. Like, I love that he warmed up, by the way, without a shirt on, or without sleeves on. Came out there, just sleeveless, just to be like, this isn't cold. I'm just letting y'all know this isn't cold.
Came back out
and then played in sleeves. I was
and he also had like a black turtleneck, like full head cover kind of.
Yeah, them Miami boys don't like that.
Hey,
bro.
but like Cristobal said, there's no bad weather, only soft people. I saw that quote.
Yeah, I saw that quote too, and you know what? Like, that's a dude that ain't never lived up north. Because I'm here to tell you, bro, I went to Ohio. It's some real shiznick, dog. Like that stuff will hit you in the mouth. Like you can be the toughest mindset you want in the world, man. That thing will hit you absolutely right between the teeth.
I went to college in Northwest Ohio, flat as can be. Like
that
dorms class was called the frozen tundra. The wind is a whole other level. Like I can stand cold. I can handle like 30 degrees and 10 degree, whatever. I can handle that. I hate wind. Wind and like that just sucks. It's not good at all whatsoever. 2 great days of football though. Great days. And the cool thing is we get to be here this week and talk about the championship matchups. The matchups will be good, but I think everybody else and all the surroundings too. There's still so much more to dive into and talk about. And don't worry, man, because recruiting's happening and you're going to sign your class and like in the very near future, which is again stupid and weird and dumb, but transfer portal, all that stuff's kind of happening at warp speed. But that's the end of the regular season, dudes. Appreciate y'all again, man. Brent Rollins every week joins me. Wes is always on here. Wes Blankenship, and then we keep growing. I keep looking at those subscribers, man. We keep growing in numbers. Y'all keep listening. Yeah, we've turned it into a competitive thing. All right, we want to get to this number. We want to get to this number. There's a scoreboard, so you're going to pay attention to said scoreboard.
Yes, we're trying to get to 50,000. That would be fantastic. That would be our first marker of sheer dub.
We need to have a lot of word of mouth during the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll need a lot for sure. A lot. I mean, but dream big. We're trying to make the playoffs, okay? We got a 9-0 chance. We're trying the 50 is the playoffs. That's what we're trying to get to. So appreciate you dudes for joining us. We will be back here on Monday to talk about rankings and all the stuff, and we can see if your team's in, your team's out, who might have some wiggle room, who might not. But appreciate y'all joining us like always. Peace.